let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go. 6. It's beautiful. Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Good to have you along. Of course, if you're looking for a new car, check out Willis Nissan. Drive the newly redesigned 2026 Nissan Sentra SV for just $299 a month. A stylish sedan with impressive tech, comfort, and value at a price that's hard to beat. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watch it on YouTube. You're already talking to us on the comment line. We thank you for that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. If you want to call the show, the phone lines are open at 515-517-2303. And follow us on our social media channels. Good morning, Ross Peterson.
What's up, my friend? How was your Monday?
Well, I've got an interesting story to tell you, and I'll do that in a couple minutes. But my Monday was good. But yeah, it was good. I heard you, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, you got to record a podcast with one of our listeners.
Oh yeah, John in New Jersey, John Hinton. Yeah, I was a part of his America Held Hostage podcast. It was really fun. Great.
Is that what it's called? What? Dude, how so apropos? Good. How apropos for John Hinton. Now, and for those of you who don't know John, many of you will. I like John. Every time John, and he's probably known more what he calls sound off, but he's polarizing because he'll go on 5-minute rants, and there are sometimes we got to hang up on him because it just won't end, but I don't mean it in a mean way. It's just, we got to move on, John. We know you're passionate, but I love it when he calls because he's usually pretty well informed, and
Smart
he's a
guy.
Huge Hawkeye fan.
Yeah.
If it's called America Held Hostage, I bet you too. I bet it was like this melding of the minds last night.
Well, it was just kind of that cross of religion and sports and politics and, where all those things converge. And just, we didn't get, too deep or too, nothing dynamic, but it was a really fun conversation. I'm going to look forward to having John on again. When you're gone, I might have John come fill in just to piss everybody off.
Oh, that would make his day. That would make his day because he always wanted a radio gig, if I'm not mistaken.
He tried out for the KXNO thing, and this is funny. During that conversation, he mentioned Rick Silvestrini, and then last night Silvestrini showed up in my dream.
What was the dream about?
I don't even remember. I remember walking up behind Rick and putting my hand on his back and saying, "Hey, Rick, how you doing?" That's about the only part of the dream I remember.
What's Rick doing these days?
I don't know. Man, somewhere in my dream, I was in like a flea market type thing last night, or like some sort of dude. At least I'm having dreams. That's good. It means I'm sleeping well, right?
We're about ready to hit the dog days of summer. We should bring Rick Silvestrini on, and if he remembers the day you two were in the studio with me in the tryout, see if he even remembers that.
Yeah, I wonder. I haven't talked to Rick in a long time, but I still see him on TV every night. You know what I mean? He still does stuff for different organizations around. So I bet he'd hop on with us. Yeah. Did you watch the? You did, because we talked about it. Dude, a guy from your neighborhood, that Ben Sasse thing that was on 60 Minutes. I saw Chad Schellmeyer just mentioned it. Like he had watched that. Man, that's a 40 minutes. That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I always called myself a Ron Paul conservative. I think I need to start saying I'm a Ben Sasse conservative. I always like
Ben Sasse is an interesting fellow, and he's just he's I'm going to say he's a down-home kid from Fremont, Nebraska, right?
Yes.
And he ended up going to an Ivy League school out of Fremont. Clearly, if you listen to it, he talks about he's a history nerd. And if you listen to him, you're like, oh, you know your history really, really well. Yeah, I mean, he has pancreatic cancer. He's dying. And if you listen to it, it is a fascinating interview. And you said it, Ross, everybody should listen to every second of the 40-minute interview. And what I like about what I didn't like about the 60-minute story is that you only have, so much time. That is the 60 minutes overtime where they aired the whole thing, which you get a lot more context. You see the whole conversation. And I thought Scott Pelley did a really good job with the interview. And I texted you. I said, I always thought Ben Sasse was going to be president one day. I really did. He was
exactly what I said to Courtney when I went to go show her that yesterday. I said, hey, I want you to watch this guy. I thought this guy was going to be president someday. I really thought he was on the path to be president. And he unfortunately diagnosed with with cancer, pancreatic cancer in December, was just given a couple of months to live. He's still around. It was really, really powerful 40 minutes of, first of all, a history lesson. He goes into a lot of the stuff. It reminded me of listening to my friend Jan Michelson. It really did. There's so much heart and so much knowledge and faith and love and life and just really, really good stuff. So if you got a chance, go watch that today because it's worth it every second.
The history part of it that I liked, and I never thought about it, but it made a lot of sense to me. Of course, he was talking about the House of Representatives and how there should be 2,000 people in the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
And he broke it down how Washington, I believe it was, envisioned the House being like no district should encompass more than like 25,000 people, and that every representative should know their constituents. And at that rate, you could do that. Because now there's, 435? There's no way you can realistically know who your constituents are.
We have representatives that can represent 700,000 people.
Yes. And he also, talked about basically term limits is go do your thing and then disappear, which is smart. And what I really liked was go tackle 6 or 7 big topic issues and go home, right? I mean,
Senate should have 5 key issues that they come to Washington with, and they should discuss those 5 key issues. The representatives should be the ones that kind of present those smaller ideas. It was really good. It was just a fantastic history lesson. And my favorite part, Travis, was what can you do? What can you do? Be a better neighbor. It's got to start really small. We got to start liking each other. We got to quit with this letting national politics divide us at a local level, which I just thought I'm like, man, that's exactly the message. That's the message that needs to be screamed from the hilltops all the time. Stop with the divisiveness. Stop. This thing of left versus right and Republican versus Democrat, I don't know how, man, if we're not coming to that realization now, after these last couple of months, that with all the crap we've seen, if we're not coming to that realization of like, oh, it's the old George Carlin thing. It's us versus them. It's a club and you ain't in it.
He also brought up, relationships. He's like, people aren't having sex anymore. He goes, basically, why aren't people banging and having kids? He goes, premarital, marital, extramarital. It doesn't matter. You're not having sex anymore. That's one of the most fundamental things you should instead. He goes, people don't date. And he's like, kids are more likely to have gambling debt than they are a relationship. And that's the devices we're on. But you shared it yesterday, and it's a fascinating interview. Smart dude, probably too in the middle to get elected by either party, because you get to become a nominee, you would have had to be the extreme of one side and then come back to the middle. It's common sense.
I remember in early 2000s when Ron Paul was talking about, hey, we need a stronger dollar and we need to not have a war in Iran, because they've been talking about a war in Iran for that long. And every one of my conservative friends, I was like, guys, I really like this Ron Paul. They'd go, I love all of his ideas, but he's not electable. What? If we vote for him, he's electable, right? No, he's not electable. You gotta have a big name to make things happen. Anyway, so that's it. That was that.
And the only other thing I want to bring up about the interview that I found fascinating was he goes, there's a difference. He goes, capitalism is the greatest system ever invented. He goes, there's a difference between capitalism and consumerism.
Yes.
And he goes, there's more money in the world now than there ever has been. The middle class is actually better than it ever has been. Now, it may not seem like that, but when you get wrapped up in consumerism and keeping up with the Joneses and have to have the highest point of everything,
listen, right now, and that's a tough argument about the middle class right now. It's really tough because
I would agree.
People are really, 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 really struggling. And the struggle gets harder every day, and insurance continues to be an absolute racket, and healthcare is an absolute racket, and those two things are tied together, by the way. And it's it's hard to convince people that they are better off. I love when Ben Sasse says that, he's talking about a giant worldview of like forever in the history of the world, which is true. I mean, Travis, have you heard the thing about a hot shower? Have you ever heard this? Have you ever thought about a hot shower?
No.
Oh, dude, I'm going to blow your mind here for a while.
Okay.
Do you realize that hot showers have only been around about 100 years? Less?
Yeah, that probably, because, I mean, before you had to take a hot bath and they would warm the water up in the on the stove, in the fire, and pour the warm water or scalding water in there to warm it up.
Think about the fact that for thousands of years, none of your ancestors had a hot shower. Like, literally, you probably know all of your ancestors' names that have ever experienced a hot shower. So this morning, when you're in the shower and the hot water is running on you, realize that's a luxury that never existed.
Hell, a flushing toilet.
Never existed until this last blink of an eye in history. We're pretty fortunate, and man, we fight about pictures of cats on the internet. Like, it's wild. We live in the weirdest time. I love TJ here. TJ said, "Hey, I don't mean to break up the immediate conversation, but damn you, Peterson. Walked into the bathroom last night at a track meet, and there was a divider between the urinals, and all I could think about was knocking on the divider."
Dude, I was taking a pee at work yesterday, and nobody was in there, but I was hoping somebody would come in and stand by me so I could just knock on the divider. Don't you hate these things?
Don't you hate these things?
Don't you hate these things? I did. I walked into the bathroom yesterday. I look around. Ross would love this divider right here. He would just start knocking away.
And I love it.
Scott Reister from KCCI, the sports director over there, he learned a new term yesterday, because when you were telling your story, I said, "Hey, did you bird bath it?" And he'd never heard. I said, "Scott, I'm sorry, but there's a story that goes with that, and unfortunately, it has to do with me." Ray says this. He goes, "Last night, I watched Travis interviewed by Tyler Kluver. I thought I was watching a TV show, Hollywood True Story."
Oh, I better go back and watch it. Do you go through your life and stuff like that?
Basically,
Okay.
Go through my life. Yeah. Oh man.
See, we're making life better for people. Kevin says, "I went to the bathroom yesterday and double checked for toilet paper before I sat down." Kevin, that's why we're here. Service to humanity, as we said at East High School.
Though TikTok apparently does not like the toilet paper, because I put that clip up on social media yesterday. Did very well on YouTube, did very well on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok apparently doesn't like toilet humor.
Oh, really?
Because it never went through the algorithm. You know, all our videos are in the upper hundreds and into the upper, the between 5,000 and 10,000 views a day on those. That has like 4 this morning. I'm like, why is that? And then I'm like, oh, when you put words like poop, toilet paper, TikTok just didn't like that and didn't run it through its algorithm.
TikTok's protecting the children. Let's be
sure it is. Sure it is. Sure it is. Right. So yesterday I get home from work, and I told you on the phone, I think Sunday night, that I planted some new grass seed, right? So, so because I'm trying to get my side yard to grow where we put in the retaining wall and stuff, and it kind of got destroyed over the winter. So I walk outside, I got some new grass seed, and I was going to put the Scott's kind of feed, the booster for the grass seed. And I noticed my neighbor's at the door talking to somebody, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, Alan, good to see you." And I'm just getting ready to hook up the hose, and the guy starts walking towards me. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good. What you up to?" He goes, "Well, I see you got a Google Nest camera. You happy with that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's just fine." "Well, do you have a security system? I'm like, well, I mean, I got my cameras, but I got rid of my security system after we got the cameras because we could see it all times. And so a minute later, the dude's inside my house. And Anjanette and I sit down for a door-to-door presentation on security systems. And 15 minutes later, I'm signed, sealed, and delivered on a brand new security system. I'm just like, yeah, that looks good. That sounds good. Yeah, that gives us coverage we want. Yeah, we've always wanted a light out there. Yeah, we want more coverage on the driveway for the cars because I don't get that with the camera. Yeah, sign me up. I got sucked in, Ross, and it wasn't a hard sell presentation. It was just
he didn't even sell me on it.
He didn't even sell me on it, and I'm sitting there going, okay, do I need this? I think I need it. Gives us more coverage.
I need it.
And then I'm like, and he's like, well, your neighbors next door have this exact same system. And then I'm like,
Jesus.
Well, I know Alan, right? I know Alan really well. He's got the Generac. Everything Alan has is top notch. I mean, Alan doesn't skimp. I'm like, well, if Alan has it, damn it, I should have it. So this is like at 7:30 at night. He goes, I got good news for you. I go, what's that? He goes, the installers will be here in 5 minutes. I'm like, what? What's he waiting up on the corner just to install? So they do the walkthrough, and they get, about 7:45. Okay, we're going to start. I go, well, how long does this process take? He goes, this is about a 4-hour thing. I go, it's 8 o'clock at night. Stop it. Don't make me worry.
No. I think Ken nailed it. Remember when your license plate went missing?
Yes.
This guy didn't mention anything like, hey, have you had anything stolen out of the driveway? You're like, yeah, my license plate. Hey, you should probably use a security system. Yeah, he's the one that came and stole the license plate a couple weeks ago. Luann, thank you so much.
Consumerism. Thank you. Does anybody out there have a Vivint security system?
I also like this. Irish Hawk guy says, not a hard sale. Dude went into your house.
I know, because he was likable. He was likable.
Oh,
I know.
Let me ask you a couple of questions that would have been a really good response to this guy.
Okay.
How long have you lived in the house?
24 years.
24 years. How many break-ins have you had in those 24 years?
0.
Boy, there's your answer. There's your answer. You've got security. You've got Ring cameras and a dog.
A big dog.
That's your security system. And by the way, you know what your number one security system is? Which I've tried to tell you over and over. You live in a beautiful neighborhood. Not that bad things don't happen in nice neighborhoods. I am shocked. I am slightly disappointed.
Do you never buy from somebody who goes door to door?
Maybe candy bars from kids.
And I kept justifying it in my head because Alan's got one, and then Lizzie and Owen have the exact same system, and they love it. And then I'm like, okay, well,
they've never had a break-in. They've never had a break-in either.
Well, not a break-in, but the camera has caught somebody in the street breaking into the neighbor's car, and it has caught people walking through their backyard. That was.
I love it when I go spend the night at Travis' house, and the next morning Travis is like, you want to start your car? And I go, yeah, I got to go out to my car and get the keys to start it. What? You leave your keys in your car? Yeah. Unlocked? Yeah.
You're begging somebody to take it.
No, you live in a beautiful neighborhood.
Oh,
I love it. So you got a Vivint system, huh?
a Vivint.
Yeah.
But
Vivint isn't. The ADTs are the ones. Every closing that I have to tell my buyers. And in fact, sometimes I tell people as they're looking at the house, I go, "Hey, here's the deal. When we close on this thing, everything becomes public record. Your name, your phone number, it all becomes public record. You're going to get a phone call from a guy or gal that works for a security system. And they're going to tell you that I gave them your phone number. I did not. And they're also going to say that I recommend. Did Ross recommend you to hook up the security system? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Jay, for clarification, Jay, I lived in a much worse neighborhood at that time. I lived right in the heart of the Drake neighborhood at that time. And I did not have my keys in the Jeep. The guy stuck a screwdriver into the Jeep was a soft top. The guy cut the top to get into it. He used a screwdriver in the steering column to break that off to try to start it. So no, Jay, that's not why my Jeep was almost stolen. And don't worry about it. When they finally caught that guy, the city charged him and they made money.
So we're sitting there.
He paid a fine to the city, not to me, not to the guy whose property he busted. And I had to pay a bunch of money to have it towed and have it fixed. But the city got some cash out of that guy. So you don't worry about it, Jay.
So as we close the deal, I go, are you from here? He's like, no, I'm from Miami. I'm like, Miami? He goes,
they bring me up because I'm the closer.
No, so I learned something here. Vivint outsources its sales reps, and all of a sudden he starts talking about downlines. I go, well, hold on for a second. Is this a multi-level marketing company? He goes, no. He goes, not in the sense you're thinking of.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's a triangular marketing opportunity.
But I can't buy in. But these guys, as sales reps, can move up to become sales managers to get their own territories. He goes, and then we're like, every year they have a draft to where the reps get to go in the territories. So they have 30 salespeople here. They put them up in an apartment, and they're here from like now until August. And all they do is go door to door. And I'm like, well, that's an interesting sales model.
Are you guys a pyramid scheme? No, we have a downline.
Good guy.
Very good salesman.
Yes. And I blame my wife because I'm making eye contact with her and she's like nodding her head. I'm like, okay, we'll do this. We'll do this. I know. But I'm adding value to my house, Ross.
No, you're
right?
Not. No, you did not. No, sorry. In fact, I hate to even say this. In fact, some buyers walk in, see a security system, and see that as an indication that the neighborhood is not safe. And I'm not, this isn't some thing you can Google and it's like, well, national realtor trends say that. No. I'm telling you from experience. Buyers can walk into a place, see the ADT sticker and go, oh, they have to have a security system in this house. And they look around the neighborhood and go, man, I didn't think this neighborhood was that kind of neighborhood.
Damn it.
I'm sorry to do that to you.
Kevin says, Travis, can I buy your old equipment? You don't want my old equipment. My old equipment is SES, and it's like, I still have the panel on the wall, and it hasn't been used in 10 years. But for some reason, I just like, and here's what this is how I justified it in my head, Ross. My Google Nest cameras are wireless, battery charged.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got sick and tired of having to recharge the doorbell on a weekly basis. And it's just like, God, it's a pain in the ass to take it off. Take 4 hours.
Oh my God.
That's how I justified it, Ross. Oh, it's going to be permanent now. I don't have to worry about charging these things. Why did I know you'd be disappointed in me? I knew it, but I'm like, I got to tell the story.
I'm so glad you tell us this stuff. Like I'm blown away. See, it's funny. I was talking to John last night, and I was telling him some of our off the podcast. I was telling him some of our stories of working at the radio station. And you and I we've talked about this before on the air, but like I on the air want to come across as a really nice guy, and I want everybody to like me. And so people that listen to the show, they're like, "Oh, Ross is such a nice guy." And then when I worked at the office, I was this guy. I was the asshole. I was really sharp, and I always said the thing that nobody else wanted to say, and I was just the guy. I always pissed everybody off. Travis was always the guy that was soothing those rough waters. I was in the pool bouncing up and down on the thing, and Travis was the guy calming everything down. And then on the air, we kind of play the opposite roles.
But I'm not playing a role.
No. I don't mean that. I mean,
I know
what we project is what I guess I should say. What we project is different than what we are sometimes. I was always, again, especially after 2020, when I got fired in January and they hired me back, I was a completely different guy.
I would agree with that.
Guy. I came back in and I was like, you know what? I did everything. I dove for every loose ball. I did everything for everybody, and it got me fired. So, nope. I'm the power of no, baby. I had a great line when the very first day we got hired back, because when they hired us back, they had to fire 6 other people. And one of the guys that they fired was the guy that set up all the remotes. And Murph and Andy had a remote. And the sales guy came in all panicked. He's like, "Hey, we got to get somebody. We got to get somebody to go set up a remote. Who can do it?" And everybody looked at me, and I said, "Oh, you guys had a guy here that would have raced out to go help and do that. And you fired him. And you rehired this asshole." And then it was like, oh no. And that was me for the next 4 years until they fired me again. So I was always the guy that we'd leave meetings, and the 2 lines would form. The one line would go, "Way to go, Ross. Speak truth to power, man. Way to go." And the other line would go, "You don't like your job very much, do you?"
No, you love your job. You don't like the company very much.
Yeah. Started to not like the people, and that was when it was bad.
Oh, everybody's telling me cancel it, get out of it. I'm not going to cancel it. He's coming back today to install, because I've got 4K cameras coming now.
Your Ring camera? I got 4. Jesus, he really did a job on you, dude. He really worked you over.
I've got I've got smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detector, water detectors. I've got the whole friggin' package coming, baby.
But see, these white gloves are ketchup resistant.
Thanks, Grundy Center Spartans. Vivid is an American-based company. They are based in Utah, I think. Solid system. He did bring up the Mormons yesterday in our conversation.
Yeah, he had a magazine with him. Have you ever heard of the Watchtower?
I don't think he's Jehovah's Witness. But I have a system now that when you get too close to the door, it whistles at you. Woohoo! Woohoo! To scare you away.
That'll do it. The 300-pound dog didn't scare him away, but
that's perfect. That's what it is.
Yeah. Look up here. Look up here. Is it a monthly charge?
Well,
Oh my God.
So it kind of runs like a cell phone deal, right? You pay, you know how you get a cell phone and you pay for that cell phone over time? I pay for the equipment over a 5-year period, and then my bill goes down.
I gotta catch my breath. I gotta catch my breath.
So I bought the equipment.
Is he gonna let you watch him install it too? Is that part of the? Did you have
That's
to
wrapped
pay,
up into one monthly
extra?
payment, and then after equipment is paid off in 5 years, my bill goes down a lot. Of course, I just kept racking on more equipment. Oh yeah, I'll take that carbon monoxide detector. Yeah, I'll take.
Don't you have carbon monoxide detectors?
Yeah,
in
but
the
I don't think
house?
they're very good. Mike says Travis got scammed so hard he's in denial. I feel so sorry for you, Trav.
Oh, man.
How much a month? Okay, so I'll just be full transparency here. With the equipment,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
with the equipment and the monitoring service, it's $131 a month.
Oh my God, that's $100 more than I had in my head.
And then after 5 years, it goes down to $52 a month. But Ross, you should see the panel I got. It's like a full. It's like
You gotta quit. I'm gonna die. I can't. The panel I got. You should see it. I love it as you're saying it out loud. You're like, shit. Oh, man. Man.
Irish Hawkeye, $131 a month. You should report this as robbery. But it's modern tech.
You negotiated down that cancellation fee down to a.
Oh, you can negotiate on this? And I usually negotiate on everything. I didn't even negotiate. I'm glad I can bring so much joy to your life in the morning, Ross.
Trav. Good news is now you'll never, ever, ever have any burglaries. I mean, it's the peace of mind that you really bought.
And if I don't like the system, I have 3 business days to try it out. And if I don't like it, they'll come take it all back.
How do you try out a security system? What's that look like? You're gonna send somebody. I would test it. I'd test it. I'd see if you could get somebody to try to charge the house or. Oh man.
I'm just trying to help out the American economy. Consumerism, as it was said before. Rev's right, though. Tax write-off. I try, folks. I bare my soul. I tell you what I do. He even subscribed to our channel last night, Ross. The sales guy did. He's probably listening this morning.
Oh, did he? He's listening right now? Oh, hey, give us a call. 515-517-2303. Give us the pitch, man. I'd love to hear it.
There was no pitch. He wrote. He
I
had
have
a nice
funny
little
for you.
PowerPoint.
I have a funny for you that happened when we were in Chicago because I walked up on one of Audrey's classmates. They were pitching him on the being a member of the hotel club member thing, and his 8-year-old daughter was objection, and I sat back and just watched it. I was like, this is brilliant. This little girl was like killing it on the guy. The guy's like, well, let me explain it to you. And I kind of he looked up at me and I go, I'm going to see how you get over these obstacles. This girl, she's good. You needed her.
Damn it. Hey, folks, Mother's Day is right around the corner. And we, along with Fiscus Jewelers, are celebrating with, let me clear my throat, the real MVPs. That would be moms. Enter for your chance to win a pair of 7mm cultured pearl earrings in 14-karat gold valued at $325. Just tell us your mom's story and why she's your MVP. The time she showed up when it mattered most. We'll be sharing some of our favorite on air. You can enter now at therushradio.com. Click on the promo tab, enter, and just click on the Mother's Day tab, and tell us your story. So, why is your mom your MVP? And it could be even your kids' moms. Tell us how she showed up for your kids.
I like that. That's a good one.
Noel's going to be joining us tomorrow, but start sending him in now. We want to name our winner early next week because we want you to get these earrings in hand just in time for Mother's Day.
Hey,
so we want to thank...
And don't worry, that guy does have a program for that frog in your throat as well. Great deal for you, $25 per month. He can help you with that frog in your throat.
It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Hey, Iowa Lottery fans, it's Kyle Larson. High Limit Racing is returning to Iowa for 2 races in June, and you can win a chance to meet me, tour the pits, and watch the action from a VIP suite at Davenport Raceway or Shelby County Speedway in Harlan. Plus, score exclusive race day merchandise. Just enter your non-winning Diamond Dollars scratch tickets into the Iowa Lottery VIP Club for your chance to win. It's free and easy to join, so enter before May 4th, and we'll see you at the track.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Todd Lee, sales and leasing consultant here at Willis Cadillac. Spring is here and flowers are in bloom. And by flowers, we mean our amazing inventory of Cadillac CT5s and XT5s. And with interest rates as low as 2.9%, now's a great time to stop in Willis Cadillac and pick one up. From sedans to SUVs, Willis has what you're looking for. Stop out and see us or visit us online at williscadillac.com.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Guys, I'm talking directly to you. If you're not feeling right, do not ignore it. Treat it your way. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center designed to restore your confidence and your comfort and put you back in control. Because at UCI, you get personalized treatment based on you and nobody else. You deserve a clear plan, a private, tailored experience, and judgment-free care. That's UCI. Schedule an appointment with UCI at iowauro.com today. The listeners they're not stopping, Ross. They're not stopping.
I have a feeling you've started something here.
I apologize.
That's great. I'm glad you shared it with us. That's I like every step of that surprised me. When you were outside laying the grass seed, which we should talk about and get some advice, because neither one of us know what the
I have no clue what I'm doing. I've
never been able to throw grass seed and get it to grow ever. The only time I've ever gotten grass is when you buy the sod. I can't. I have a dead spot in my front yard, and that's because of dog. That's where the dog goes out, and so it's probably just filled with the ammonia from dog pee.
That's it.
And I can't. And so it's like, well, I dig it up, and anyway, I've tried multiple times to get grass to grow there. And then you were throwing grass seed the other day, and I called you when you were doing that, and you're like, "Yeah, I was doing yard work." I'm like, "Oh, mowing? What are you?" And you're like, "No, I'm trying to grow grass." And then we had that little moment of like, oh man, that's just, you can't get it to take. And I'm not getting rid of the dog.
No, the dog. I can live with the brown spots, right?
Yeah, me too.
Somebody asked earlier what the Mother's Day gift was from Fiscus Jewelers, and it's a pearl earrings. They're 7 millimeters. They're in 14 karat gold. They're valued at $325. So the prize from Fiscus Jewelers are pearl earrings, which is awesome. Everybody needs some pearls, right? So
they're beautiful. They
are.
They are really, really beautiful earrings.
So again, go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab, and tell us why your mom is the MVP in your life, and we can save you some money, and you can give a gift valued at $325. You don't have to get the roses; you get the pearl earrings.
Oh, you get pearl earrings. You don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, taking care of you.
And they're from a local jeweler that's family owned and operated. You won't have any problems. But when you want to upgrade or you want to trade, whatever you want to do, you just go up to Noel and. We're going to have Noel on with us.
Noel
on
tomorrow. Yeah, he's going to be on with us about 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Coming up in about 45 minutes, we're going to play to John Ann. Is that her name, John Ann?
John Ann Benedict from Destination Grill is going to join us. She is the one that's hosting this event tomorrow night out at their restaurant in Grimes. They're raising money for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And John Ann reached out to me and asked me if I would come out and be a part of their guest server program that's going to raise money. I mean, everybody knows about Make-A-Wish and what an incredible organization that is and who they're helping out, kids with terminal illness, and providing them with amazing experiences. It's $15,000 to grant a wish for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And so they're trying to get to that point where they can raise $15,000 through the restaurant. And if they're able to raise the $15,000, they're going to chip in and basically buy a second wish. So your money's it's one of those situations where your money's going to be doubled if we can reach that goal. So would love to see some people out there at Destination Grill tomorrow night. We're going to have John Ann on with us here at 7:30 to kind of talk about how this all got started, what they're doing. Destination Grill's a great restaurant.
You ate there last night, right?
I did. Yeah, dude, we had steak night. They have Monday night steak night. It was fantastic.
Nice. You can't go wrong with a good steak night.
It was really good.
Now,
and then they had,
I know you love this term. Are there going to be other celebrity? I love you. I know you love being called a celebrity.
Yeah. You noticed I said guest server, right?
Yeah, you said guest server. There's celebrity servers. Is Jeff Klein, our buddy at Choice Creative, doing that? Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yep. Jeff will be one of the guys that's serving. I think our buddy Tanner Lloyd, remember the Let's Muck?
And our relationship with Tanner started weird because he was pissed at us because I made fun of him.
Yeah, he's pissed at you, like me. Like one does.
But we kissed and made up, so we're good. We're good.
He was at Bacon Fest, right? That's where you got to meet Tanner.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. And I did watch his Bacon. Did you watch his Bacon Fest video?
Yeah, some of he had multiple ones, but yeah,
and he did have the one where it was the wasabi.
The wasabi pork ball, which was my favorite. It was like, oh my God. All of us were like, this is the best thing here. And he's like, I don't like that. And that's where food is so subjective, right? I mean, what you love isn't going to be what I love. What you hate, I could love. So it is.
Yeah. Big fan of DG. Destination Grill is a cool place, and they've done a lot of neat stuff. They have the, if anybody has been up to the Grimes Sportsplex complex, they have they do all the food service there. They're opening up a new restaurant out in Waukee. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. We'll wait till I'll let John Ann.
Maybe I shouldn't say that. Well, it's out there now.
Anyway.
Oh, man. Hey, the yesterday Iowa State announced its Cyclone Tailgate Tour.
Yeah.
So this is the yearly thing that Iowa State. I tell you what, I've been to an Iowa one and I've been to an Iowa State one. Iowa State does this the right way, and it goes all out. I mean, not that Iowa does a bad job.
No.
It's just a different experience, and the way they plan this Cyclone Tailgate Tour is it's a 5-day thing. It's the 18th through the 22nd of May. They're going to hit 10 cities. They're going to start in Des Moines. They're going to go over to Davenport, spend the night. Then they'll go to Dubuque and Cedar Rapids. Then they'll go to Waterloo and Clear Lake. Then Fort Dodge and Okoboji. Okoboji is always like the big one.
Yeah.
That's where they really hit it. And then they end in Sioux City and Council Bluffs. This will be an interesting tailgate tour for Jamie Pollard and those Cyclone coaches. Just because of the crazy offseason that football has had with the wrestling situation, the gymnastics situation, because they let fans ask questions. Now, we're going to try to get an early jump on that. Scheduled for tomorrow is Jamie Pollard. Jamie Pollard is scheduled to join the show at 7:30 tomorrow. So we're going to have about a half-hour conversation with Jamie. And we're going to talk about the tailgate tour. We'll talk about a lot of things. But this is probably – it'd be interesting just to ask him, starting in December to where we have right now, has this been one of the more trying times to get through?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Jamie reminds me so much of that conversation we had with Brad Heinrichs yesterday, where you walk away from that and you go, man, it's just really cool to have somebody that comes on and is open and honest and vulnerable and shows you behind the curtain a little bit and says, hey, here's what's really happening. Here's some things that you don't know about. And I feel like Jamie Pollard has always done that, not just with us, with media in general. I want to go back to something you said, though, at the beginning of that, because you're right, man. I've been to both Iowa and Iowa State Hawkeye and Cyclone tailgate tours. What is it that Iowa State does that gives it that it does have a different feel?
I think it's more fan friendly. I think it's the Bill Finley way of you know how he said when he first arrived, you greet every fan that comes to your game and you build it up. And again, they're just different experiences. I prefer the Iowa State tailgate tour just because they bring in the cheer squad. I know it's pandering to the bases, but they make it an atmosphere. They make it an atmosphere instead of just like, hey, come have a drink, have appetizers, and coaches speak. You know, they have a big stage. They have the presentation. They make you feel like a community. And I just think this has been one of the better things that Iowa State has done to embrace the entire state. And it's not like they just it used to be Iowa State had pockets of fans in certain geographical areas. Usually you go to the eastern half and there wouldn't that's Hawkeye territory. But they cover the whole state now. And it's just different. But it'd be a good opportunity for the new football coach for fans all over to really hear him.
Fans are going to have a lot of questions right now. And maybe we can kind of, I mean, tomorrow that we'll have to do the same thing with Jamie and ask some of those questions of like, man, it's been a weird offseason. What can you tell us about it? What don't we know? What should we know about all these different changes that have happened and how they came about? It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks here for the athletic department. And really, is this their first time to talk about some of this stuff? Is this their first time to really address? I mean, in a setting like that,
I would say in a set. I haven't seen many interviews with Jamie since then. I reached out a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Hey, the time's just not right." And so I wrote yesterday, and I said, "Hey, tailgate tour is out. I like this event. I think it's a good time." And they said, "Hey, does 7:30 on Wednesday work?" I said, "I'll make any time work."
Yeah.
So, but it was, and the good thing is it won't be a recorded interview; it'll be a live interview. And so I'm looking forward to it. And somebody said, Berger says, dodgeball starts at 7:30 tomorrow on the Rush. You can call it dodgeball, and I think that's just where we are as a society. Is that some people just aren't going to believe anything that somebody says, right? You were talking about
when he says dodgeball, what do you think?
That he's going to dodge the questions or go over them. And
okay,
you can say that, but I have to take a person's word for it. And sure, is he going to spin things in the favor of Iowa State? Yeah, because that's
what he does.
It's what he does.
Yeah. Would Beth Getz do the same thing for Iowa?
Absolutely, she would.
Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Dusty says it's not a real interview on the show if Travis doesn't make fun of him for that video. I won't make fun of him for the video, but I will ask him, why do the pre-produced videos? Because
it's become the norm now.
And not just at Iowa State.
Exactly.
A lot of schools do it.
Exactly. Bruce Pearl. We can go over and over and over again. Guys, the three words you got to remember are control the message, control the narrative. That's why every institution does that stuff, of these pre-produced things like that. I've always liked Jamie. I think that Jamie Pollard does a really good job of being honest when he's on the air. I know a lot of people don't like how he when people say he dodges questions.
I've never known him to dodge a question. I've known him to answer questions.
Yeah, right. We've always bragged about how open and honest he is.
If he's not giving you the answer you want to hear, that's not dodging a question.
There you go.
There's a way to look through that, and you just can't say he's dodging a question if he's not answering it the way you exactly want to hear it. So,
yeah, all right. I'm excited about that. We'll see how that goes.
I think it's going to go well, and he didn't have to say yes, and the fact that he said yes, I think is good. But again. If you are a Cyclone fan and you go to the Cyclone Tailgate Tour coming up May 18th through the 22nd. So get ready for that. Hey, you remember Luther Davis? Remember Luther Davis? Got a Luther Davis update.
Luther Davis was the help me out. That name's in my head there, Trav.
We talked about Luther Davis a couple weeks ago.
Is he the guy that is he the guy that was stealing the identities?
Yeah, dressed up as Michael Penix Jr. Yeah,
and then
he's going to avoid court. Him and his accomplice just went ahead and pled guilty to one count of conspiracy of wire fraud, one count of identity theft, and so they're okay, it's like you got me. But I also think what happened, Ross, the maximum for this was 7 years in prison, right?
Okay.
And because of the plea, the prosecutors are going to recommend a lesser sentence. So you probably go, listen, we've got you. You can do 7 years in prison, or you can do 3 to 4 years in prison. I'm just throwing an arbitrary number out there, but it's, and you go, okay, they got me. We did it. Own up to it. And
what's the penalty going to be?
They're going to, the maximum is like up to 7. The penalty is going to be a lesser sentence recommended by the prosecution, but the judge has the final say, right? The judge can either ignore what the plea agreement was.
I don't give a shit about how long he's going to spend in jail, and I mean that.
Okay,
I don't care.
What's the punishment going to be?
What's the punishment? What does he
probably have to pay restitution because you took out $20 million, but I don't know how you're going to pay restitution if you don't have the $20 million unless the real estate they purchased with this and some of the assets could be given back to the bank. I don't. The punishment will be jail time and probably any restitution.
There's no. That's what I was getting at. That's the word that we've lost in our justice system. Restitution. How do you restore somebody to where they were? Luther Davis is the guy. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Former Alabama football player that over the last couple of years has been dressing up like Michael Penix Jr.
With a do-rag and everything.
Literally. And then doing Zoom calls with bank managers and saying, hey, I'm an NFL quarterback. Can you loan me money? And the bank managers, in their greed, didn't check the resources, didn't check things out, just said, yeah, are you kidding me? NFL quarterback? Michael Penix Jr.? Yeah, man, let's do this thing. How many millions do you need? What's the bank's punishment in this?
Well, some bank managers should have lost their job.
Yeah. Do you think they did?
No.
No, me neither. I love you used the exact right word there, man. Restitution. It's long gone in this system. So we'll see what happens. I mean, good on the prosecuting attorneys. You won, boys. You won. Yeah, it's a big W for you on your resume. Way to go. He isn't going to do 7 years. He's going to get sentenced to 4, and he'll get out in 2.
And that's a possibility. Hey, Sprint Car race fans, don't miss your chance to win race tickets and a VIP experience at the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport on Monday, June 1st, or the Iowa Lottery Shelby County Showdown on Thursday, June 11th, including a meet and greet with championship driver Kyle Larson. Iowa Lottery VIP Club members can enter non-winning Diamond Dollar scratch tickets into their account. You got to do that before May 4th, so that's coming up next week. So if you want to meet Kyle Larson and attend some cool sprint car races, get those non-winning Diamond Dollar scratch tickets into that VIP Club account. If you're not a VIP Club member, you can become one at ialottery.com/VIP. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Hey, Iowa Lottery fans, it's Kyle Larson. High Limit Racing is returning to Iowa for 2 races in June, and you can win a chance to meet me, tour the pits, and watch the action from a VIP suite at Davenport Raceway or Shelby County Speedway in Harlan. Plus, score exclusive race day merchandise. Just enter your non-winning Diamond Dollar scratch tickets into the Iowa Lottery VIP Club for your chance to win. It's free and easy to join, so enter before May 4th and we'll see you at the track.
Woohoo! The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
Boy, howdy, we love spring. Flowers, nature coming alive, pollen, bugs, rain. Wait a second. Those last three things aren't great. If only my Volvo had new wiper blades, engine air filter, and cabin air filter treated with FrigiFresh. Wait a third. That's the fresh spring package available at Willis Volvo Cars for 20% off retail during the month of April. I better go online to Willis Volvo Cars to schedule my appointment, and you should too.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Chevrolet of Granger Collision Center. Immediate availability for collision repairs on most makes and models. They work with most insurance providers to make the process super easy. Recently earned the ICAR Gold Class certification. Start your repair journey at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. And, of course, leave your comments in the comment section. Call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on our social media channels. Before we get started, some other topics. Ray writes in, hey, Trav's going to be in Omaha this weekend to see my son. Thinking about taking him and the wife out to dinner at the Drover restaurant. Have you ever been there? Ray, I have been to the Drover. The Drover's a unique place. It's cowboy themed. It's really, really dark in there. It's and get the whiskey steak. The whiskey ribeye is really good, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. They've got a nice salad bar, but the steak is really good. You're probably going to spend, if you bring your kid, look at about probably $150 to $175 bill if you get some alcohol. Just to let you know,
that's a night out anymore, man.
Yeah,
3 people going to a nice restaurant having a drink.
Yeah. It's funny, in Matt Amadeo, is that Mark's kid, Matt? I don't know. But he wrote me over the weekend, and he's like, hey, I'm going to be over there. Where should I go get a steak? And I gave him like 5 places. He picked one of them, and I'm like, that's one of the originals. So you did good. But he picked the one. I go, oh, you went to the one where all the old people go to. It's like if you walk in there, the blue hairs are hanging out there. And I guess I'm close to blue hair age, right? I'm pretty close there, so maybe that's why that was like the first one on my list.
Rev says that Matt is Mark's brother. Now,
okay.
And Rev I think Rev would know.
Okay.
And I can't believe I'm blanking on Mark's kid's name, but anyway, yeah.
Kind of a shocking story to come out of college football yesterday, and that is Brendan Sorsby, who was at Cincinnati, had terrific numbers, was probably the number one quarterback in the transfer portal, who chose Texas Tech at a reported, since nothing's transparent, a reported $5 million deal to go to Texas Tech, has checked into a residential treatment facility, Ross, for gambling addiction. And this does a lot of things, including jeopardizes his remaining eligibility and career, because it has come to light and been reported that when he was a freshman at Indiana,
which I forgot. I forgot he was at Indiana as a freshman. I didn't know that.
Let's put it this way: until I read the story yesterday, I didn't even know that.
Okay,
because he only played in one game. You know, you're just like, oh, he's been at Cincinnati. He just started there. You forget that happened. But the report is that he placed bets on the Hoosiers, not in games that he played in, and he placed bets. It's like they clarify it that they said he placed a bet to win on Indiana. It doesn't matter if you placed a bet on him to win or lose. You bet on your team if that story is true.
I agree with that. By the way, that's the old Pete Rose argument. He never bet against the Reds. But on a Monday, if he bet on the Reds to win, he was throwing all the cards. So what did that mean about Tuesday's game? Anyway? And this is a little bit different than that. I don't care. I don't care if you're betting on your team to win or lose. That's something that should be very obvious to everybody that you shouldn't be doing. And I think, Travis, that this is, couple things. Number one, you never get caught. You very rarely do you get caught the first time you do something. And second of all, very rarely do they get all of the culprits. And by the way, this isn't even something the NCAA, he isn't doing this because of the NCAA. This is one of those self-reporting things. This is one of those things of like, they found out about it and they're like, okay, we got to get in front of this. Don't mistake it. Him going to a gambling treatment facility is a little bit of CYA and PR. That they came in and said, hey, we found out about this, and the only thing we can do to soften the blow that's going to come for you is to try to admit as much as you possibly can and go do this thing. I think as a sports fan, your fear should be, how rampant is this? Not are others doing it. The answer to that is a very, very obvious yes to me.
And have been for a long time. I mean
5 years ago, they know he was making a bet on Indiana, right? 2021,
2022, I believe it was.
4 years ago, he's making this bet, this stuff. So it's been happening for a long time. It's going to continue to happen. It's not just this kid. As a sports fan, you should, the big picture on this should be, oh shit. We have put casinos, as Ben Sasse talks about, everybody's pocket has a casino, my Rusty Flathers.
Now, the nice thing about that is you can't hide with that. Meaning, it used to be you had a guy, you go to your bookie, you'd place the bet, you'd go back, and if you lost, you paid on Tuesday. If you won, you collected on Tuesday. When you start doing it on your phone, there is no anonymity. It's hard to get around that, right? Not excusing it. I'm just saying it's easier to track, and in trying to get away with it's going to be harder. Now, the report is, and
can we talk about that for just a second, Trev? Because I've always agreed. I completely agree with you on that. That having this thing above board has made it easier for us to track it, to know it, to find out about it. But don't you think that this has become more prevalent than it was before? Do you think that guys are always gambling at this level, or has the accessibility of it the temptation that's right there, man. You don't have to go to this, the seedy East Sider at the bar and have these quiet conversations. Now you just click and you're there.
Let's have. Can two things be true?
Meaning,
and that's why I want to have this conversation. Is that do I think the in-your-face 24/7 sports and having it at your phone makes it more accessible, get more people? 100%. Do I think it's more rampant? Because it's there, yes. But I will say this, and I've told this story a lot of times. I was shocked, Ross. A little kid from Minden, Iowa, 18 years old, shows up at Grandview College, right? And the number of people that bet in the Knutson dorm blew my mind away. I had no idea the level of gambling and sports betting that took place. And this was just Grandview College in 1990 or 1989. And you're like, you bet. I mean, I bet half the people in that dorm had a bookie. And I'm like, if that's Grandview, what's it like at Iowa State? What's it like at Iowa? What's it like at any other college? I think it's always been rampant. Now, has it scaled like a business? 100% because of the accessibility. But people have been doing it for a long time. And I think rampant is just how it grows and scales. So I think two things can be true. Is it more accessible? I was watching Scott Van Pelt this morning. He was like, hey, he did the story. He goes, hey, we've been talking about gambling on here since 2015. He goes, as a guy that bet in college illegally, I did this. He goes, but it doesn't excuse a kid making a bad decision. And I'm like, well, when it's in your face all the time. Now, they're saying that the good news is, whether you believe it or not, they're saying they don't see any evidence of undue influence, meaning he wasn't getting pressured to do anything. And they're actually saying it was a lot of just small bets, but thousands of them. So, and I think where it's changed, Ross, where the total dynamic has changed is when you can bet almost on every pitch. You can bet, quarters. You can bet inning by inning, whatever you want. You can call those prop bets or whatever you want. That's changed the game so much to where it used to be, hey, I'll put $20 on the Steelers to win. Hell, I wasn't even betting over-unders back then. I was just betting, lines. So and when you can get in and, I can place a $5 bet, I can do that. But can I grow this even more? Let's have even a bigger conversation.
Okay, all right.
This has to do with the transfer portal. And we're seeing the flaw of the transfer portal now. Meaning the transfer portal is speed dating. Once you're into the transfer portal, the fight to get that guy who has incredible numbers and incredible potential is out there. What does the NFL do from the end of the college football season to the draft? They take you through the woodshed, getting to know everything about your personal life. They are able to do homework beyond homework. They have their own security teams to find out every little flaw of your character, of everything. They know about you. Why did Diego Pavia not go undrafted? Because he had some character issues, had some things that said, we're not going to take a shot just on a guy who had maybe a bad, is polarizing, an attitude, and they like, we're not going to go with that. So if you're not able to dive into somebody's character before you make a $5 million investment, and then you get them there and you're like, oh, this isn't how this was supposed to go. If you would have had time to investigate, do a deeper dive, background checks, all this stuff. I mean, we just assume, hey, well, they had great numbers. They're number one in the portal. How do we know that Audie Crooks wasn't the problem at Iowa State and not somebody, you like, they're assuming it's something else she left.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right? Not saying Audie Crooks was better, but
no,
let's say she had a bad.
I see what you're saying. Like we don't know. Man, Travis, this feels like one of those unintended consequences conversations. Here, I'd have to agree with Kojins. None, and I wouldn't say none of my friends used to bet on sports, but man, it was a small percentage that had to track down the bookie, that had to know what the lines were, it was a small percentage. And I will tell you this, it didn't work out well for that small percentage of guys. It affected their lives in a very, very negative way. And now, man, now you got Ryan. I got hammered last night. I was betting on table tennis. You couldn't
If you're
do
betting
that.
table tennis, you have a problem.
Travis, that is, buddy, I got bad news for you. You'd be shocked at how many people that are listening to this program right now, you would say, oh, if you're betting on that, you've got a problem. And then the excuse is, it's entertainment. Man, I'm working all day. I get home, I have a couple drinks. I enjoy throwing some dollars at this thing. Travis, you spend money on Candy Crush, right?
Best Fiends.
Oh, best. I'm sorry. I didn't.
I just buy more gold. I don't get to win money. I want to further my way down the ladder.
And Ryan, I'm not picking on you at all. Ryan says, I was bored. It was 25 cents. Yes, exactly. And that's why I'm not knocking you for it. What I'm saying is that shows how prevalent it is. It shows how easy it is. I buy lottery tickets from time to time, and I love that moment. When Ryan puts 25 cents on a table tennis game, he's got an hour of sitting there going, man, what if this parlay hits? Dang, that'll be fun. Yeah, maybe pay some bills. That'd be great. And when you buy a lottery ticket, it's for that same thing. It's for that 10 minutes of dreaming. That's what I'm buying. I'm buying 10 minutes of going, oh, man, imagine $270 million. Oh, my God, what would I do with that? It'd be great. Think of how great life would be and how easy life would be.
But I also think the odds of winning the lottery are slim and none. I mean, you're like, yeah, this would be great. But every time I purchase a lottery ticket, and I love the lottery. I mean, a great sponsor of the show. But I don't go in there thinking I'm going to win the lottery. If I bet on sports, I think I'm going to win. Kojins follows up. This is where they get you. Is half my friends wouldn't gamble if it wasn't for the free $150 credit or whatever it is to start to account. That's what it is. They give you $150 because they know you're going to lose that over time, and then you're going to like it, and you're going to try to win that $150 back.
Dude, ask Ray. Ask Ray. I'll give you the first taste for free. This is an old East Side drug deal. I'll give you the first hit. Because you're going to be racing back for that rush. You're going to be, and literally, that's where they say you're going to be chasing the dragon. Their Trojans just wrote it. You're going to be chasing the dragon that turns around and eats you.
This is where I struggle, though, Ross. It's the libertarian in me.
Yeah.
Meaning you have free will, right? Mm-hmm. And is this regulating morality? I mean, we have a choice to Yeah, and I'm like, or legislate morality. And sure, can it do damage? 100%. There's a lot of things that can do damage to your life. You can have a drug addiction. You can have an alcohol addiction. You can have a sex addiction. There's addictions all over the place that can ruin your life. It's up for you to decide. And if you're not harming anybody else.
But that's the thing. That's where we come back around on this, man. There's the potential to harm others.
True.
Right there. Man, that libertarian idea in me, it's starting to fall away, man. I'm the older I get, the more I see that putting this stuff, making it readily available to people, is the opposite of legislating morality. It's the opposite. We're now saying, be immoral. Go ahead. Do it all day. 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, you can be amoral. Go ahead. And then it's up to your own devices. Well, hold on. We're not built. We're broken. We're all broken. There was a really good one here earlier I wanted to add to this, and I'm so sorry that I didn't. Here. I want to just to give you an idea. Ryan says, I just went on DraftKings. 72 live betting opportunities right now. It's 7:19 in the morning. And a guy can be driving to work right now. And again, you get a little endorphin hit. You get a little happiness. It's a shitty Tuesday. You're driving into your job you hate, work with people you despise, work for people who are milking you for everything you got. And I can throw a couple dollars at this thing that's going to give me a moment of whatever you want to call it, joy, euphoria, zen. Yeah. Throw a couple quarters at this thing. It's the same. It's
But are we selective when it comes to this stuff? And hear me out. Is that we hear gambling, ooh, evil. But look at kids today and look at the damage, and it's statistically proven what social media sites and the phone have and the tablets have done to kids. And yeah. We just kind of, they're learning on there. They've got to have this technology. No, they don't. Right? I mean, there's a lot of damage done psychologically through the phone.
And so if we're trying, so I think that the important thing here is to be consistent. Do you think it's important to keep kids off of social media and develop their brains fully?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, then shouldn't we try to protect adults from their own devices at some point as well? I think the answer to that is yes. And I think that we're seeing that we aren't built to handle this. I know that sounds ridiculous. And as a libertarian, I hate to say it because I want to believe in people. And I want to think that people are able to make the best decisions for them. This isn't the first 1,000 bet. I mean, the 1,000 bets or whatever it is. This has been going on for years. He didn't stop. He
didn't stop.
He didn't stop. He's not the only one. He's the one that's in the headlines right now. He's the one that got caught. I don't know, man. I'm starting to wonder if the legalizing gambling thing was a good idea, because it's just gotten it's way more rampant than I ever thought it was going to be. Way more prevalent. It's not for me, and so here it's easy for me to sit here on that moral high ground because I'm not a gambler. I'm not a gambler. I got other addictions and problems and faults and things that I deal with.
Would you be okay if it was legal, but they took the cigarette approach and you don't get to advertise? You don't get to advertise cigarettes.
Oh, you know what, Trav? I like that idea. I kind of like that idea. Dude, there is a major falling off of cigarette smoking in America. It's not, and it's not as cool as it once was.
But unfortunately, vaping is taken over, and
that's true. And it can be, yeah. Some of those chemicals are awful as well. That interesting, Travis. Interesting that would be the thing. I think that that might be a good start. But dude, like. It's so prevalent right now. It's so prevalent. And now you've even got gambling apps are buying advertising in college stadiums. And we're going to have kiosks in stadiums one of these days. The Scott Van Pelt thing, to me, there's a little bit of disingenuous stuff with Scott Van Pelt there.
I don't disagree with you. I just kind of repeated what.
Oh no!
He said.
I know, and I'm not blaming you. But like for him to say, we've been doing this for a couple of years. We've been doing this since 2015 or whatever it was. He said, "Dude, we remember what was the thing that Chris Berman used to do? The Swami.
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 Yeah.
And remember, he would come on and it would be like, it all had to be like under the table, right? And so the Swami would come out and say, the Jets are going to beat the Giants 19-12.
Well,
and you'd go 19-12. What the hell does that mean?
Go back even farther. I may predate you a little bit, but on the NFL Today on CBS, Jimmy the Greek.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
You're going back to the 70s and 80s with Jimmy the Greek, so it's always been there. But this thing is scaled. It's the unintended consequence of what we wanted, and you're like, well, I didn't see it going this way. But it's like when you open Pandora's box, you're like, wow. I didn't. It's kind of like NIL. We didn't see NIL. You didn't see a guy getting paid $5 million for not doing like a commercial, right?
And there's a part of me that says that, okay, again, libertarian part of me, free market guy in me says, why is Sorsby getting $5 million to be the starting quarterback at Texas Tech? Because he's worth it. That's how much money is in the system, that the starting quarterback is worth $5 million. How's the Alabama coach getting $12 million a year or whatever it is? Or Kirby Smart getting $11 million a year? How is that? Because that's how much money is pumped into the system. There's got to be a bubble. There's got to be a tipping point. And I think that this gambling thing is going to race us towards it. I'm, as a fan, I wonder about the integrity of the games. I
never have. I don't know why. I get why you do. I'm not saying it. I don't sit there and go, I worry about the integrity. You know why? Because at the end of the day, Ross, I just want to be entertained. I don't get so much, and that sounds really simplistic. In most games, I don't care who wins or loses. I go, am I watching an entertaining game? Okay, I'm going to watch this because I'm entertained. Because I'm not tied to one team. If I was tied to one team, I'd probably be a little bit more worried about the integrity of the game. I'm just not. I just want to be entertained. And it's just all perspective on how you look at it. That's like when they were cracking down on steroids in the Olympics. I don't care they're using roids. I want to see how far they can throw this shot put. It's going to make it. How far can Barry Bonds hit the baseball? So I never got wrapped up into the steroid.
Can I steel man this? How are you going to feel about, like we talked with Brian Harden the other day about the robot that ran the fastest half marathon ever? Is that something that intrigues you?
No, not really. Because I'll never look at if we end up watching robots against robots, that's not entertainment to me. I still think you like the human. The entertainment factor is just watching it once on like a social media feed. But if it's like, if I got robots taking on robots, I'm like,
Trav, Saturday I watched robots sumo wrestle.
But you wouldn't watch it on TV. I mean, that used to be on like Spike Television where they'd have the robots going, but I never got. I mean, like, I'd watch like 5 minutes to watch some good collisions, and I'd be like, okay, that's good. Hey, folks, if you are looking for a mortgage for the house you're getting ready to buy, if you want to start looking for a new house, Gary Presnall is the mortgage banker with Northwest Bank you want to call because he's been financing homes for the past 25 years. Gary offers VA, FHA, IFA first-time buyer loans, and conventional and new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. He can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes, and that can happen after hours or even on the weekends. He's been the state of Iowa's top producing mortgage banker the past 8 years. Give him a call at 515-975-6767. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Hey Iowa Lottery fans, it's Kyle Larson. High Limit Racing is returning to Iowa for 2 races in June. And you can win a chance to meet me, tour the pits, and watch the action from a VIP suite at Davenport Raceway or Shelby County Speedway in Harlan. Plus, score exclusive race day merchandise. Just enter your non-winning Diamond Dollars scratch tickets into the Iowa Lottery VIP Club for your chance to win. It's free and easy to join, so enter before May 4th and we'll see you at the track.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Mini Des Moines, and we have some exciting new offers going on this month. Right now, you can purchase an all-new 2026 Mini Countryman with up to $2,000 on that purchase and 0.9% at 48 months, or lease it as low as $369 a month with $4,200 down and leverage up to $2,500 towards it. For more information on these exciting offers and others on some of our other models in the lineup, visit your favorite Mini motoring advisor in our showroom or online at miniofdesmoines.com.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiskus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Buy 3, get 1. Buy 3, get 1. Buy 3, get 1.
For the month of April,
When you buy 3 tires,
get 1 free. Schedule online.
at williscadillac.com.
It's just that easy.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Sometimes the key to feeling better comes from just being seen for what you need. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center with services from low testosterone to managing the effects of aging. But more than that, UCI is the place to go when you want to be seen like a man, not a patient. You don't want someone else's treatment. You deserve yours. Schedule an appointment with UCI today. Go to iowauro.com. Tomorrow, Ross is going to be a celebrity.
Local. Emphasis on the local part of that. Yeah, I was honored, man, to get that phone call and be asked to do this. It's always kind of a humbling thing when you get asked to be a part of things like this. And a really wonderful organization and a great restaurant kind of teaming up. And I'm really happy to be a part of it. And so John Ann Benedict is on with us now. She's one of the owners of the Destination Grill. John Ann, thanks a lot for joining us today. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well,
I see you're an Iowa fan, too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, just left the gym. So I was like, I got to hurry up and jump on. I don't want to miss this opportunity to come and say hello to everyone.
Okay, so what's the morning workout look like? I mean, God, you had to get to the gym at like 6. What did you do? Like,
I think earlier than that.
Yeah, my son and I just started working out together at Farrell's in Grimes, which they're also, going to be there supporting us tomorrow as well. So 15-year-old son, he's like, hey, Mom, I want to start working out. Let's do it together. And I'm like, all right, if my 15-year-old wants to hang out with me, it looks like we're going to start working out.
That's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Farrell's is an awesome. I love Farrell's. I've done it a couple of times, John Ann. It's really cool. You get to build a really wonderful community, which I think is part of what we're going to talk about here today. And you get a great workout in, and we love our Farrell's family. I still have friendships from the very first Farrell's class that I went to 10 plus years ago.
Oh, wow.
So I hope you have that same experience of kind of building that group. Gotta go. Love you, baby.
Oh, see, and his kid still wants to. And none of my kids want to hang out with me, so that's you both are lucky.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
Very lucky. Very lucky. All right, but this community that we're talking about that you can build at Farrell's, you're also helping out with that community with an event tomorrow night. You at Destination Grill are helping to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which most people are aware of what Make-A-Wish is and what they do, but for those that aren't, this is the group that takes kids with terminal illness and helps them live some fantasy moment in their life, whether that's a trip to Disney World or to go to meet a famous celebrity or something like that. Not a local celebrity. They're meeting the real deal. Oftentimes John Cena or The Rock or things like that. And that stuff does cost a lot of money to do those things. $15,000 is kind of the average cost for to make a wish happen for one of these kids. And so that's our goal for tomorrow night at Destination Grill.
Yeah. So, when I received the phone call, and, they had said that they lost some, fundraisers this year, and they lost about, $200,000 in what would have been raised in other sponsorships that they would usually have in a year, and asked if Destination Grill would be willing to help. And you see a lot of things where, people will be like, yep, this appetizer, will go towards the cause, or this cocktail will go towards the cause. And I was like, not that that's boring, but we can do better than that, right? We have a pretty good community. We've worked really hard these 4 years that we've been open to, build our brand. And we have such great regulars that I was like, we can do something bigger and better. I think we can do this. So we hosted the pre-gala event for Make-A-Wish, and filled the room with a lot of people, and with the help of Community Choice Credit Union, they donated a lot of awesome raffle prizes, and we were able to raise about $35,000 that night. And that was the night before we launched our Make-A-Wish month. So this whole month of April, we decorated the restaurant in blue and silver stars, turned all of our LED lights from red to blue, printed new menus that were accented in blue instead of red. We made shirts, so the servers were wearing Make-A-Wish shirts. And we really wanted to organically start conversations in the restaurant, right? Like, I didn't want everyone to feel like I'm shoving it down their throat, but I wanted them to be like, whoa, why is it blue and silver in here? Why are the lights blue? What's going on? Why are you guys wearing blue? Because we wanted to be able to have that conversation and educate them, right, on what Make-A-Wish really was. Everyone's heard what Make-A-Wish is, but do you really know that there's 300 kids in just the state of Iowa waiting for a wish? Do you know?
300?
Yeah. Do you know that it costs $15,000 to send a family, depending on what the wish is? Because you don't think about, depending on what the illness is or what that kiddo is going through, they might have to send a nurse. They might need to make sure that there's special outlets for the equipment that they need at night. They might need a lot of extras that we as everyday humans don't think about until you're going through something like that. So Sarah, the CEO from Make-A-Wish Iowa, came in and did some video shoots with us and educated my staff. So then that way they could have those organic conversations to educate our guests while they were dining with us, in hopes that that would encourage them to want to donate. And so although we've been doing this for the whole month of April, we just weren't getting to the goal that we were hoping for. So we were at a networking trip in Mexico, and there's 85 of us. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to make some connections and see how I can make as many wishes as possible. So the owners of Lucky Gal Tattoo, Chris and Michelle, I'm sitting next to them at dinner one night, and I was like, I'm not hitting my goal. Let's get creative. Let's talk. And Michelle's like, this is cool. Like, I'm actually tattooing tennis shoes at the Make-A-Wish Gala. And I think we can help get a little more creative. I think my tattoo artist might jump on board, where we can do a flash event, and we will donate the $100 for each tattoo to the cause. And let's partner up and let's get this $15,000. Cool. In 2 days after they got back, she posted, hey, do we have any local businesses willing to donate to get their name on their logo on a t-shirt to help go towards the cause? In less than 48 hours, she had 21 businesses, $6,000, and they were like, we're in. And I'm like, whoa, that was a lot of support. Maybe you should go for your own wish. Maybe you should get your own star, and let's figure out then how we can partner together, and let's get 2. So now we're trying to get 2 stars with a pop-up event that they are doing on Sunday, May 3rd. and what we're now trying to do with our star servers. At first, they were like, Johnny, have you ever thought about having, celebrity servers? And we changed
Celebrity.
it to
That's Ross. He's a celebrity.
Yeah. And we changed it to star because obviously Make-A-Wish, their logo is a star. So that's why it's now star servers. But I'm like, I don't know. That seems weird. Do I want like random people like walking through my restaurant? Like that's like really opening the doors to get all up in my business. But sure, why not? If it's for a good cause. So we're doing live music. Make-A-Wish will be there with a beautiful backdrop to take photos. My marketing team will be there to take professional photos with everyone that's coming out to meet their celebrities, whether it's family and friends that already know you and just want to support you, or people that hear your voice on the radio or watch your TikTok videos like Tanner Lloyd. They're like, oh yeah, like that's the Let's Muck guy. Like I want to meet him. I want a picture with him. So, what better way than to come out and to support and to donate to Make-A-Wish, but to also meet some really cool people while you're doing it.
Go ahead, Trav. Sorry.
What time is this tomorrow night? I mean, so how long does it run?
From 5 to 7. It'll be 90-minute reservations, so we can try to get everyone in. Yes, our restaurant is large. People ask all the time, what do you do with all this space? Well, we fill it. That's the goal, is to fill it. But in order to make sure that we have enough space, every reservation will be for 90 minutes from 5 to 7. That just means that we want you to have your reservation by 7. It doesn't mean that all of the stars will be walking out at 7. We will make sure that everyone that is, putting a note on their reservation that they are coming in to hang out with our stars for the night, that everyone will get to have their time.
Can we talk about Destination Grill? First of all, I'm surprised when you said 4 years. Man, you've done a good job of ingraining yourself in the community, John Ann, because it feels like you guys have been around longer than 4 years. I should ask you, does it feel like it's been longer than 4 years?
Sometimes, we've worked really hard. When people tell me, oh yeah, I went there after you first opened, and I'm like, oh, please come back.
Most businesses are that way.
We learned a lot really fast. Restaurants aren't where we come from. My, the two owners, my partners, Mark Hanrahan and Kurt Mum, commercial real estate guys. I was a director of nursing. I opened medical practices. So we came together and we had to learn a lot fast, and we've relied on the community. There's no point of, recreating what doesn't need to be recreated. There's some great local restaurants in Des Moines, the Scott Carlsons of the world that have really, taken me in and helped me out along the way. And that's what it's all about. But yeah, sometimes it's like, wow, that went really fast. And other times I'm like, I'm still working 70 hours. This is a lot, so every week's different, but it's still fun.
It's so funny that you had mentioned Scott, because you and I had a conversation last night. I came out for steak night last night and brought the kiddos out. Awesome steak, by the way. And my daughter, Audrey had a mocktail. I had a cocktail that was really good, Travis. I don't remember what it was, but it hit the spot. But we were talking about that thing of, there's a group of people in central Iowa that are really making a lot of things happen. And Scott's one of those guys. What an awesome connection. I didn't even know when you said Farrell's and Grimes, I should have known that there was a connection there with Scott. Man, he's been a wonderful resource for us to hook us up with some great people.
Yeah. So, Scott Carlson is, really involved with, the restaurant industry and everything that they do for the state of Iowa. And he's been great. He, was on the Iowa Restaurant Association's board for a while, and, he created, the top 40 women in the industry award. And so I actually found out our first year at the fair. The Iowa State Fair is what we call the Wild Wild West. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. And our first year being invited to the fair, we also, won top 3 fair foods, and sold 26,500 lobster tails with our lobster corn dog, which was exhausting. And about halfway through the fair, I found out that I won top 40 women in the industry. And at that point, I had only been in the industry as a whole for 4 years. And Scott Carlson actually came up to me and he was like, hey, I heard that there's a congratulations in order. And I was like, how do you know already? I just found out. And he's like, well, I created that award. And if anyone's earned it, it's been you. And he's like, we're in the same neighborhood at the fair. We're on the same corner. And so he saw me there every single day from open to close with my team, busting it out. And he was like, girl, he's like, just know that people that have been in the industry for a long time see what you're doing, and nice work. And so getting that recognition from someone that's been in the industry for a while, felt good. And so it's those connections that you make in the industry and in our community. And, the Des Moines Metro is really small, that I believe wholeheartedly that that's why we'll be able to pull this wish out, is because of the connections that you make. And it's using those relationships to help you, gain what the goal is. And that goal is to be able to help. And after now being open for 4 years, philanthropy is huge for us. We just haven't financially been in the position to, go above and beyond because we had a lot to focus on within our own brand. So not only are we trying to reach this $15,000 goal tomorrow, but we at Destination Grill are also donating $15,000 for a whole wish. So
wow, that's awesome.
We're really excited and proud and honored to be in a position because of our community and our regulars and the people that continue to support us, that we can financially, give back. And we're really excited.
All right, before we go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's been fun to see you grow. I know that you are also doing the grill at the, if anybody's been up to the Grimes Sportsplex up there, the concession stand is not a concession stand. It's a Destination Grill, kind of, what would you call that? Pop up? What do you have a term for that?
Yeah, we have 2 buildings on the complex. It's a lot. It's definitely still your concession stand. It's a lot of walking tacos and hundreds and hundreds of hot dogs. We just don't stop making hot dogs the entire time we're open. But we also have our liquor license there, which makes it a little more fun, that when you're there as a parent, stuck there for hours and hours and hours, and it's hot outside, and all you want is a Busch Light, you can come and enjoy a Busch Light. So we really tried to put some effort behind what we're doing. We smoke the pork at the restaurant, and then we cryovac it and send it over. So it's not just, frozen food, or it's not just food that high schoolers are throwing together. We really try to, elevate it a little bit.
You mentioned reservations. Are there still reservations open, and how do they make those reservations?
Yes, please go to our website. I do recommend reservations. It is filling up fast. A lot of our stars announced yesterday that that's who will be coming. And so put a note on there. You'll see all the stars. They'll all be mingling and chatting from table to table. But I really want to make sure that everyone gets a spot. But we just yesterday, we had 25 reservations come in just yesterday from everybody announcing. So it's going to fill up fast. And so we'll open the second level if we need to. That's great. If we can fill the main dining room and we need to open that second level, that just means that we're really going to hit this goal.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning. And even you got the workout in, you got to talk with us, and you get Ross, the star of all stars tomorrow, that's going to go in and do this.
Slow down. I tried to tell her last night. I said, you are going to be greatly disappointed at how few people show up.
As you learned earlier this morning, Ross, it's a soft sell. The soft sell will.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
Well, it was so cute. Your daughter was like, "Oh, so everybody wants to meet my dad?"
No.
So it was really nice to meet her last night at dinner. So yes, everyone wants to meet your dad.
Thank you so much, Johnny, and I really appreciate the opportunity. It's a wonderful organization. I've always been a big fan of Make-A-Wish, and it's I'm glad to hear that you were teaming up with them. And again, very honored to be a part of your event tomorrow night. Good luck, and I'm excited to be there.
Thank you so much. We'll see you then.
Talk to you soon, John Ann.
All right, Ross. Your goal, you got to go up and just, hey.
Soft sell,
man.
I had a guy the other day tell me, he's like, you know what? You are the least pushy real estate agent I've ever met in my life. You are just
exactly.
And I was like, yeah. I said, well, I don't sell houses. I show them.
I had the least pushy. Yeah, he didn't sell me a security system last night. He just showed me the benefits of the security system. He just walked
in your door and was sat down at your kitchen table. And
no, he's like a vampire. I invited him in. You want to come in? Come on in. Come on in. Oh,
so yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited about it, and it's a great opportunity because you're going to get a wonderful meal and help out with a great organization that helps families. We say it's the kids, but man, if you've ever been a part of that Make-A-Wish thing, or you've ever seen, I think everybody knows what that is. Most people know what that is, or you've seen the ESPN stuff that they used to do. It's more than just the kids. You're helping out those families and giving them a moment in a sea of really heavy, rough stuff. You get to show them that there's people out there that are paying attention and care and love on you. So yeah, I'm excited to be a part of it.
Coming up on Thursday on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive, Keith Mondillo is going to be joining us. You might remember Keith as he was an expert when it comes to the finances of what college athletics is going through. He's also big into recruiting. But we're going to have him back on to talk about kind of the current state and everything. And one of the things that he's been talking about is the new age requirement, which Charlie Baker, the president of the NCAA yesterday, Ross, said is moving forward. He's optimistic that it's going to get passed, so it will go into effect this year. He did make a point saying it's not going to be retroactive, meaning if you just used up your eligibility and graduated, you don't get to go back and get that fifth year, right? If you were, and that's the right thing to do. I know there's going to be lawsuits, there's going to be people who try to do this, but the right thing is like, this is when it starts. If you missed out, too bad, too sad, right?
Yeah,
and that's the right thing to do. I never thought about this till I was kind of going down it today. The one sport that's really going to be affected by this, now it's not it's hockey. You got to remember.
Oh, yeah.
So let's look at the Des Moines Buccaneers. The Des Moines Buccaneers, you usually play till you're 19 or 20 years old. And then you go to college and you start college at 20 or 21. The average college hockey player is 23 years old. So, but now that eligibility window is going to start the minute you graduate high school or when you turn 19. College hockey is going to be affected by, and that will have a ripple effect to junior hockey because the older men, young men on that team aren't going to be around as long.
Do you think, Trav, that first thought that went through my head is hockey will just become a club sport?
No, I think I think it generates pretty good revenue for the NCAA. The Frozen Four is now hard to get in. If you look at Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, Denver, some of these schools, that's where.
How do they get around this?
You're not getting the older kids anymore. It's gonna affect junior hockey that those kids aren't around as long, and the development's not quite what it is.
Ripple effects, man.
Yeah.
Does maybe another league pop up that becomes like an intermediary for those 23, 24, 25-year-old guys?
And Tyler says, hockey exemption, they're not going to have exemptions. And Charlie Baker said they're not going to exempt hockey out of this. Because if you exempt one, then you open yourself up to even more litigation on the exemptions are going to be for military service and religious missions. And I'm okay with that. But if you exempt a sport, that changes everything.
Wow.
And so that will be so you have some guys right now who are in junior hockey going, crap, I'm 20 years old. I haven't committed to a school yet. I'm only going to have
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Depending on, when you graduated high school. So, I mean, there are those unintended consequences.
Listen, and Keith has been killing it lately. Keith Mondillo has been killing it lately. And he had one the other day about that I think we'll probably talk to Jamie Pollard about some of this stuff tomorrow, because his thing was talking about some of these universities that are cutting sports. And Iowa State's not in this category, but universities that are basically going broke, shutting down. There are people that have committed to a university. They turned down other scholarships. They signed to go to, some school, University A, and a year into it, University A sends out a thing that says, hey, by the way, we're shutting the doors. Can't do this anymore. And Keith Mondillo had a long thing. I think that was even last week, or maybe it was, it would have been last week because we're only on Tuesday. He had one of his episodes last week that was all about that. Like, parents, be really careful what school your kid is committing to, because some of them are not financially sustainable right now.
Because he's a coach, actually, I believe, at a Division III school, and that's really where you're going to see it.
Yeah.
And because it's a money drain. And this, though, he does, like, if I'm not mistaken, he did one on the age thing. He goes, that's good because it's going to force coaches go back to the high schools to recruit. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to regenerate the high school recruiting.
And Tyler might be onto something here. That there will be ways around. People will figure out the right path to maximize their opportunities. There will be unintended consequences. People will get real creative real quick.
I don't know if I know you just put this one. I don't know if I agree with that, because your clock starts when you leave, when you graduate high school, or 19, whatever happens first. And I don't think there's going to be too many people who want to take a shot on a 17-year-old. I'll take an 18, 19-year-old. But do you want that clock to start when you're 17? Maybe for some, I don't know. But if I'm a college, I want more maturity. I want more development. I want a little bit more age. Be like, no, stay where you're at. And what does this do for somebody? And what does this do for somebody who graduates the semester? You know how we have high school kids,
they graduate in December so they can get to spring ball.
Yeah. When's your clock start? Does that mean your 5 years ends in December? It's just extremely interesting. But that's the Keith Mondillo conversation that's coming up on Thursday. And I mentioned this earlier, scheduled to be with us. I always say scheduled because things happen, but Jamie Pollard is scheduled to be with us tomorrow at 7:30. That's going to be an interview you're not going to want to miss. Anxious to talk to Jamie. The Cyclone Tailgate Tour is getting ready to start. And, of course, it's been a busy couple of months for Jamie Pollard and Cyclone Athletics, so we'll be able to hear from Jamie Pollard tomorrow. I do want to tell you about Mom's MVP moment, presented by Fiscus Jewelers. We want you to tell us about a moment your mom showed up when it mattered most, her MVP moment. Mother's Day is almost here, and here at the Rush Radio, we love MVP moms, and we want to hear about those MVP moms. So you can enter for your chance to win a pair of 7mm cultured pearl earrings in 14-karat gold, valued at $325. It's very simple. Just go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab. You'll see Mother's Day, and tell us why your mom or your kids' moms, because you can say, hey, this is from the kids, is the MVP. What has she done to get MVP status? We want to see entries coming in today because we want to start reading them on the air. We'll read a couple every single day and come up with a winner early next week because we want you to have these earrings in hand for Mother's Day. And Noel Fiscus is going to be joining us tomorrow at 6:30 to maybe show us the earrings or at least talk about them a little bit. So we're going to hear from Noel tomorrow morning about 6:30 and then get your chance to win those earrings. Again, go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab, and you'll be well on your way to win those earrings.
All-timer today. Dude, today I laughed so hard I cried before 6:30. We got to pull on some heartstrings with the Make-A-Wish thing. We got to introduce people maybe to a new place with Destination Grill. It's only, if you haven't been up there to Grimes to enjoy that. Today, this was the all-timer today, man. Thank you.
I got to be honest with you, I didn't know the show was going to go this way today. It was like, because when this was happening, I'm sitting in the chair last night going, I got to tell this story. I got to tell the story. And I did not give Ross any heads up of what was. I had
no idea.
It was raw emotion. And I'm like, he's going to love this.
And I didn't see the thumbnail this morning. Did you use the thumbnail of the pearl snaps and the
No, the thumbnail was Brendan Sorsby. But yeah, so we had fake Bob Vanderplatz redid our photo into big belt buckles, pearl snaps, and cowboy hats.
Yesterday at like 8:05, I got a tweet from fake Bob Vanderplatz, and it was like, hey, check it out. And it was an AI photo of Travis and I decked out. Nice job, fellas.
Everybody have a great Tuesday. We're back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end unless you're just loitering. It's Central City. We can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City. All this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and this month we have some exciting new offers going on. Take advantage of up to $6,000 in retail cash on an all-new 2026 QX60, or lease a QX60 autograph for as low as $799 with $39.99 down. Also, on this beautiful QX80, take advantage of up to $9,000 in retail cash or 0% at 60 months on the QX80 autograph or sport. For more information on these exciting offers and more, visit our showroom or online at willisinfinity.com.
Hey Iowa Lottery fans, it's Kyle Larson. High Limit Racing is returning to Iowa for 2 races in June. And you can win a chance to meet me, tour the pits, and watch the action from a VIP suite at Davenport Raceway or Shelby County Speedway in Harlan. Plus, score exclusive race day merchandise. Just enter your non-winning Diamond Dollars scratch tickets into the Iowa Lottery VIP Club for your chance to win. It's free and easy to join, so enter before May 4th and we'll see you at the track.
Your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.